Hello and welcome or welcome back. If you are new to this channel, my name is Jen and today I'm going to be doing a Loungefly unboxing. I'm so excited. I haven't seen this one in person yet. Also have some pins to show you. And just to catch up, we are doing a Loungefly giveaway right now. Today is August 6th. And as of this date, we have not yet pulled a winner. When the channel hit 1,200 subscribers, I announced that we were going to give away this Castle Loungefly. I'm gonna leave it in the bag here, but I do have this other one back here. Oh, it's so pretty. The colors on this are gorgeous. Anyway, if you missed that video with the details of how to enter, I will link that video down below. Go watch that video and you can enter to win the Castle Loungefly. Some other exciting things coming up this week. If you've been watching my channel for a little bit, you saw before a couple weeks ago I took on this endeavor of painting this piece of furniture. It'll be for charity. United Way asked some local artists to take a piece of furniture and paint it to kind of go along with a children's book. And sure enough, when I went into her office, I found a Disney book and I was like, ooh, I'll pick this one. So I've been working away at this piece of furniture here. The paint might be still a little wet on the inside. I'll be careful how I grab this. So here's the drawer. You open up the drawer to it and it's a magic carpet. There's the front of the drawer there. Anyway, there's a bigger piece of furniture. There's one more side that I want to complete, and it'll be a Little Mermaid scene. And this auction is next weekend, and today is Friday. And oil paint does not dry the quickest. It needs a couple days to dry. So hopefully I will be painting that side tonight. And then sometime probably mid next week, before I take it to its final destination, I will do a final video and show you guys what the final product of that looks like. I'm pretty proud of it. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. Kind of pushed myself out of my comfort zone there, but it's looking good so far. Hopefully I don't bomb it with the little mermaid scene I have planned. Okay, so first pin, I have two pins here I want to share with you, and one of these is from the Pulse Gallery, and if you recognize that name, they are the Artland Pins. Ooh. They had a new Robin Hood one come out a couple weeks ago, so I'm super excited to show you guys that. But while we're on the topic of Robin Hood, shout out to Stephanie, one of the people on the channel here. She was actually down in Disney a couple weeks ago, and she's like, hey, while I'm down here, is there anything you're looking for? And I was like, oh, number one, like, so sweet of you to ask, thank you. And I wouldn't normally like want to burden anyone, but there was a pin that I knew was released at the parks that I had kind of been eyeing up. I'm like, you know, it's no big deal if you don't find it or you don't come across it, but lo and behold, she did. And this here is, now I don't collect this series, the Magical Comics series, but they had a Robin Hood one, and if you're new to kind of follow me along here, Robin Hood is one of my main pin collections. If you're new to pin collecting, like, pick just a few that are your main collections. Like, if you look at my pin boards, I mean, there's certainly a little bit of everything, and I probably have at least one pin from like all the movies. But I really wanted to pick like a couple main ones, so when I come across like a pin from that movie, I'm like, oh, I have to get it. So Robin Hood is one of those. So I will take closer pictures to show you, but on the front there's this Magical Comics, and then just like a little comic book would, it opens up. It's so cute. Oh, on the inside, so it says, oh, it's Prince John. Handsome, regal, majestic, and he's putting the crown on his head, and this is lovable. Oh, that's fun. And that is limited edition of 2,500. And I will put that up on my pin board with my Robin Hood pins. Okay, now on to this one from Artland. So this is the first time that when Artland had said that they were releasing a pin. Like, this is the first time that I was on their site right at the second that it was going to be released. Like, I was on it. Like, I wanted this pin. And I mean, I didn't think it was going to sell out like immediately. It has sold out since then, probably within 2 weeks. It's limited edition of 200, but what I wasn't planning for, so I clicked on it, and when you're on the Pulse Gallery website, you can choose between just a regular numbered pin. So since it's limited edition of 200, you would get number, 1 through 200. But you can pay extra to get number 1. And of course, like, I had never been on there early enough to be able to choose, like, you can buy pin number 1 out of the 200. And here I realized, like, I was the first person. I'm like, oh, that's exciting. Yeah, let's do that. Like, for an extra $15. I think the pin, this might have been in like the $50, $55 range. So to purchase the number 1 out of 200 pin was like $70. But since it was a Robin Hood pin, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I clicked that and I'm like, la-di-da. Like, I wasn't even thinking about like, hey, you need to hurry through this. Because of course, even though like I had it in my cart, like it sold. Somebody else bought it and finished their transaction before I did. I'm like, oh, whoops. Wasn't on my game for that. So I do not have number 1. I'll show you here. So here we have Prince John, and you can see Robin Hood there hiding in the gold pieces at the bottom. Like, I love this pin. It's really cool. So again, this is limited edition of 200. Beautiful, beautiful pin. Okay, now I have here, this is a box from Pink a la Mode. So let me tell you the story about this Loungefly. This one, I want to say this one came out around February. I'm a little late to the party on this one, I know. And this was just about the time that I was just starting to collect Loungeflies. I know it's a fast addiction. It gets you quick. And it wasn't a limited edition, but I was kind of late to the game even back then in February. So all of the small shops were sold out of, the first round of them. But Books A Million still had it on their site as a pre-order. So I went ahead and ordered from there. Well, then I'm like sitting back watching, and like everyone else on the planet is getting their bags, and a ton of people like got these because I think everyone wanted one. And it didn't seem like they were hard to get. You just had to wait for them. And so everyone was getting their bags and posting pictures, and I see some of the other small shops are now opening up a round 2 for an order of this bag. And I'm like, what the heck? So long story short, I canceled my order with Books A Million because I wasn't sure like when it was coming in or what was happening, and I just placed my order with Pink a la Mode for the August shipment, which is what I have here. I don't know if it just takes Books A Million like a little bit longer to get their stuff, but I was having a hard time getting answers. So anyway, Pink a la Mode, I love them so much. For those of us that tend to order more Loungeflies than we should, I mean, I do recommend going with a small shop that offers some sort of like loyalty reward of some sort. And I do know that Pink a la Mode has this amazing point system. So for every $1 you spend, you get points. So I know right now in my account, I can turn my points into like a $20 off coupon, like, which is huge. So with each purchase I make, I just keep getting more points and more coupons. So I keep going back and ordering more, and you see how the cycle works. Okay. I do have 3 blind box pins. Let's save those for the end, since I've hyped up and talked about this Loungefly so much. I don't want to interrupt that rhythm. So this here is the Peter Pan Loungefly. And again, this is the first time I'm seeing it in person. I'm sure you've seen it online. Everyone is posting theirs. Let me go ahead and open this one. I think, so Peter Pan isn't like my main like pin collection or anything, but I do think that Peter Pan, in terms of the movie, has just some of the most beautiful scenes. So I'm gonna set this down a second and show you real quick. So here I have over here. So this is actually my my everyday bag. I have this Peter Pan crossbody Loungefly, and it is just like, that scene is like no other, with them like flying with the moon over the town. Oh, I love it so much. So I love that bag. So this here is a piece of artwork I did a couple years ago. You ever see people that do like that spray paint art, like real fast on the streets? Like, I just mesmerized with that. And the thing about YouTube, you can learn to do anything on YouTube. So I started watching these spray paint videos, and I started to learn like how to do it. So this is a piece here. I don't want to have the glare on it. I made this a couple years ago. And again, just recreating that scene, I love it. So this was just like a piece of regular poster board. And you start off with spraying like white, black, and gray, like a couple layers of that. And then you take like that smooth, like magazine paper, and crumple that up, and you kind of lay that down and flatten it out and lift it back up. And that's what gives you that moon, that kind of crater effect. And then you take like this coffee can and lay that over top. So then when you spray your sky around it, you have this perfect moon left underneath. I bought stencils for the Peter Pan characters. I made a stencil for like the clouds. So you would like kind of hold the stencil there and kind of do quick sprays of the white to get the clouds. And then for the bottom, I actually just did like a Google search of, you know, London, like silhouette, and I cut my own stencil for that on the bottom. And I just love this so much. Again, that scene is just, it's classic, and I love it. So anyway, back to this bag. I'm so happy to have this in my hands, finally. So pretty, so pretty. All right. Oh, like that London scene is just beautiful. Oh, I love that so much. And that moon. Oh, I know you guys have all seen this bag before, I'm sure, but, oh, and I love that it's not just like all one shade of blue here. And I didn't even know that before seeing this today, but just look at like that ombre kind of effect there on the sides. I love that so much. The back there. And let me see what the inside, I don't remember what the lining looks like. Oh, cool. All right, so the lining has more of that silhouette scene there. I love this. I mean, I'm just a sucker for this scene. It's so beautiful. And this is embroidered in there, those words, second star to the right and straight on till morning. Funny story. So when we were in Disney a couple months ago in March, and we were in line for the Peter Pan ride, and we're in the queue line. There's this beautiful like framed picture, you know, on one of the walls, and it says second star to the right. And I was like, oh, second star to the right. And my husband, he's like, well, what does that mean? Like, and I kind of rolled my eyes, and it was, I mean, you know how toddlers get in the afternoons at Disney, like they're tired, they're cranky. Like my husband and I kind of had a moment, like almost a little meltdown over like my eye roll. And he kind of got mad at me. He's like, I haven't seen these movies as many times as you have. And he got a little short with me, and I'm like, sorry. So I've been waiting to show him this bag. Like, second star to the right. Oh, love it. It's very, very nice. Beautiful. Okay, now on, I didn't even remember that I'd ordered these. So I have these blind box pins. So these are from Cinderella. I'll quickly share with you my blind box pin philosophy. The puzzle blind boxes, if I get one, I have to get them all. So I have one puzzle started. I have not finished it yet, and it's probably the only puzzle blind box I'll ever do because they're such a pain to get them all. But then other blind boxes, I'll use like the ice cream cone one, for example. There'll be like a Cinderella ice cream cone and a Snow White ice cream cone and a Rapunzel ice cream cone. So if you have those three, I get stuck and I'm like, well, if I only have three, like if I had all like 6 or however many there are, I would put them all together in a set. But if I only have 3, I'm stuck with, okay, do I put these 3 ice cream cones together because they're like half a set, or do I put the Snow White ice cream cone with my Snow White pins and Cinderella with Cinderella? So I tend to be a fan of the blind boxes where all of them go with the same movie. So it doesn't matter which ones I get. I know that they're going with my Cinderella pins on the board. It kind of stresses me out less. So we have the fairy godmother, we have the dress, we have the 3 little lady mice. Do they have names? We have Jacques in a shoe. We have Jacques and Gus Gus on a spool of thread. And then we have Lucifer with the mice on teacups, and he is the chaser pin. And honestly, I'd be happy with any of them. It'd be nice if I don't have duplicates here, but I think these are all super cute. So let's just tear into them and see what we have. Number 1, I've never gotten a chaser pin. That would be fun. Oh, these are bigger and okay, just from looking at the box, I didn't know that there was going to be any sparkle on it. Look at how sparkly. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. They have glitter on them. I don't know if all of them do, but I love that. I couldn't tell that just from looking at the box. All right, next one. Show me some more sparkles. Oh, I got the chaser. I got the chase, and he's sparkly. Oh, my very first chase pin. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and the back of these have like this rose gold color, which is kind of nice, very pretty. My first chaser. Yay. Okay, and the last one we have, and again it's sparkly, we have Cinderella's dress. Oh, so 3 boxes, no duplicates, and a chaser. That is a beautiful blind box unboxing right there. Pink a la mode, thank you for my first chaser. So that was a lot. I think that's everything I have to show you today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed these as much as I did, and I'll see you next time. Bye.